folks. Welcome to Werewolf Radar, the world's premier paranormal preparedness podcast with Parmesan. My name is Jordan Dahl.
My name is Nate Balding.
My name is Roger Norquist.
Today's episode of Werewolf Radar is brought to you by The Other Half of the Amulet. Monstroko presents The Other Half of the Amulet. Do you seek the other half of the amulet? We went to deepest Borneo. We sacrificed the monkey and we got it. We got it for you, and all it will cost you is everything. The Other Half of the Amulet by Monstroko. What the fuck?
What? You have been wanting to get the other half of the amulet for 60 years
people.
Now?
So many people have been searching for the other half of the amulet. Monstroko finally has them back in stock. And get at it. Get at it. All it will cost you is everything. Just like in real life.
I can't tell if that's the title to a direct to VHS Endor fantasy or a Hallmark movie about someone who lost their best friend, but they had those broken heart best friend necklaces.
That is. So the other half of I won't get into it, but the other half of the amulet means a lot of different things to different people. That is one of the incarnations of the amulet for sure.
It's a multiverse amulet.
It summons, the monstrous version of your dead best friend. But if you can unite the halves, you know what's happening. Call the number on your screen today.
Wait, is my best friend dead?
Some people's best friends are dead. And, you might be experiencing a situation where your best friend died and you never even met them. And you found this half of a friend amulet and the other half is on a zombie somewhere. And so when you raise them up, then you meet them for the first time and you're like, people, let me tell you about my dead friend. Rotten person who leaves me at the end.
And it becomes like that movie Little Monsters.
Yeah, but deader.
I only played the game. Same plot?
Little Monsters, the game? No, not the same plot. There was a game? There was a game?
Wow.
I believe for the NES, but
are you thinking of Pokemon Pocket Monsters?
No, I'm thinking of Little Monsters, the NES game.
I'm gonna need some research on that one. It's Skeletal Greg. What's his name?
Glenn Skellington.
Glenn Skellington. Can you punch that up for us? I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Yes, you've worked with us for many years. Okay. All right. Glenn Skellington's going to look it up.
Good.
Let me just start out before anybody touches the skull.
Okay.
I'm going to drop this while everybody gets prepped. This is 3 ghost cheese encounters. Shout out for Cheesebot. This is for you.
Wait, you mean Cheese has a series, more than one haunting?
A Cheeries. That's nothing. Never mind. Let's read them. Ghostly Gouda encounter. This is from cheesemaker.ca. Cheesemaker.California. Canada?
It is Canada, yeah.
In a small village nestled between ancient hills, a cheesemaker named Clara crafted the finest Gouda known far and wide. Legend has it that on moonlit nights, the ghost of a mischievous Dutch cheese merchant visits Clara's cellar. The apparition, adorned in a dapper hat and a swirling cape, assists Clara in perfecting her Gouda, leaving a trail of otherworldly cheese aromas that captivate anyone who dares venture near the haunted cellar.
That's cool. A little helpful ghost there.
Yeah. There's nothing. I expected it to be a little more nefarious.
Like a blood cheese. It turns out you're making perfectly cheddared.
I'm not even really sure what this is. I don't know if these are little stories someone wrote or if these are legends. There's very little info on the page. The the art itself looks very AI, so I'm not sure that this isn't just an AI hallucination. Chilling tale of the blue cheese crypt.
This seems very legit, though. I believe
Deep within the catacombs of an old monastery, a wheel of mystical blue cheese slumbers in an ancient crypt. Locals tell of an eerie glow emanating from the crypt during the witching hour, and whispers of the ghostly aroma of the blue-veined cheese that wafts through the stone corridors. Brave souls who dared to open the crypt claim to have encountered a spectral cheesemonger offering a taste of the ethereal blue cheese, leaving them forever haunted by its smell for the rest of their lives.
People do talk about that. The smell of the ghosts, the smell of the paranormal, but this time it's some dank gorgonzola.
The Phantom Parmesan Maker. In the heart of an Italian village, a phantom Parmesan maker is said to materialize on foggy nights, tirelessly crafting wheels of Parmesan in an abandoned cheese workshop. Villagers speak of the ghostly figure's silent dedication to the art of cheese, with the spectral aroma of Parmesan wafting through the night air. Locals believe that those who encounter the phantom Parmesan maker are blessed with unmatched cheese wisdom and the search to everlasting culinary delight.
Like, what do you mean by unmatched cheese wisdom? Like, you know all the Spanish cheeses?
Bro, I don't think that any of this is real.
I am
at a crazy corner of the internet that is just AI thinking about cheese and putting together a place for that to happen.
I think, however,
it's also less about haunted cheese than it is about cheese makers forever shackled to an eternity of hellish labor.
No,
let me ask you this.
I disagree with shackled. I think the last one
inspired.
Like, this is what he did. This is craftsman style ghost, like the blacksmith who still was blacksmithing, or what's a good one? I guess that's, you know what I'm saying though. Like, you're still doing the thing that you did. This is your craft. You are making the cheese. So I don't think it's a shackle. However, I really was expecting like the cheese, if they helped you and you thought they were real, you know, then you turn around and the cheesemaker's not there, that cheese would go sour the next day.
Oh, the cheese would crumble. That's
what I was expecting.
When you try to spread it on a toast point.
Tasted like maggots.
Pretzel nugget. Oh, I'd like to think. I don't know what they taste like, but I imagine I would know.
You gotta put oil and salt and pepper.
Apparently, those chapulinas are very delicious. Those little crickets that people eat. True cheesebot. That maggoty cheese that they eat in Italy, or I think Spain, I don't know, is a true terror. That's a horrifying thing to happen. But I respect your right to do it, and I'll defend it with my very life. So after that, I do have to ask you guys, before we get into the app, you come across the cursed cheese maker plying his cursed cheese late at night. He rolls you a wheel of the cheese and you take it home wrapped in shadow. What are you doing with that cursed cheese? Are you going to eat it?
I would probably get high and take a nibble.
Interesting.
Yeah, for the taste.
I think you want to melt it down, pour holy water over it, see if it reacts to anything else, freeze it for a while.
You're going to go to a church before you eat this thing?
I always go to church on cheese day.
I feel I would eat it, but it would be with the same reverence that I'm like taking mushrooms, where I have to be like, this is probably going to be pretty scary, but it could be really important and cool. So I'm going to put some of this haunted parm on I'm going to try to set the mood. I'm going to have a lovely Italian dinner with this haunted Parmesan cheese. I'm not a wine drinker, but I'm imagining that is involved in the scene. And I'll eat the cheese sprinkled on the pasta, and I'll see what happens. I imagine for some reason I'm imagining I'll have strange dreams. I'll dream of the future or the past, or perhaps a catastrophe or my own or others' death that perhaps I can avoid if maybe I was gifted this glimpse, this memento mori, so that I could be Jordan, the cheese seer.
Well, I got some bad news for you. This just gives you ghost constipation.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
No powers of seeing the future.
Oh, you just go sit on the toilet for a while and nothing comes out, but
and your farts sound like booze.
Mm-hmm. Could be occasional screaming skull. What's going on in there? Nothing. Okay. That's it. Who would like to touch the skull?
I'll grab the skull because I want to go into the land of myths and legends as well.
Oh, I love the land of myths and legends.
No cheese this time because we're going to Texas.
I'm bringing some cheese.
I don't think it's allowed there.
They can pry it from my cold, dead hands.
This comes to us from the Dallas Morning News.
Sorry, my cold, dead ham. It's ham and cheese.
Was written by one Charles Scudder.
Hit us with it, Scudder.
Staff writer for
Scudder. Hit him. I ain't scared of you.
Greer Island's Goatman, the Lake Worth monster, real or imagined. The Lake Worth monsters is still feared 45 years later.
Well, yes. See, his name's got monster in it.
Here is the original article beginning.
Monster sighted around Lake Worth. They put it in quotes like he's been like breeding puppies or something.
I think they're talking about a guy named Buford who doesn't really care about the law.
He'll bite the heads right off of your chicken, pigeons even. He don't care.
Fort Worth. Folks are seeing things at Lake Worth. Fort Worth? Lake Worth? Okay. I thought I wasn't pronouncing it right. I had to correct myself. To be more specific, they're seeing the thing.
The thing.
And then it goes on. At least they claim they're the hood of his car and left a scratch. You know, some traditional stuff. Let's go. Hair like a goat.
Hair like a goat. Okay.
All right. Here we go. The article written.
Hey, Roger. Yeah. Here we go.
Oh,
boy, you hear that? That was the sound of people turning off a podcast.
Something monstrous is lurking underneath the singing cicadas and rustling reeds on the shorelines of the West Fork of the Trinity River. First spotted 45 years ago, the creature has been known to throw tires and scare teenagers. The thing appeared to be part man and part goat with scales and long clawed fingers.
Okay.
Witnesses
Nosferatu fingers. I was going to say, up until the scales and the Ferratu fingers, that's Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, it fits.
He's part goat. He throws tires.
It fits goat teens. Description, you know, with scales. They called it.
Oh, you're saying this is your everyday average goat with scales.
I mean, how could it be part goat with scales? I don't understand the description. Isn't this already lizard man?
No, it's goat. It's lizard goat
guy. Well, goat guy. Goat thing, I guess.
I've never heard of goat scales. Are you telling me the human needs some the human part of it could use some lotion?
That's what makes it such an interesting situation.
They called it the Lake Worth monster. Even today, stories of the monster, known as the Goatman, can be heard around campfires in North Texas. Researchers have made documentaries, written books. Lakewood Brewing Company even decided to pay respect with a limited release Goatman beer.
Oh. Isn't like a scaled goat one of the astrological signs?
How would it? Oh, yeah, isn't it?
Aquarius or something?
No,
Or
Aquarius is a lot of
Aries?
stuff, but it ain't no scaled goat.
I
I don't know, but you are right. Pisces. Damn it. So I guess there's precedence.
No, that's two fish. Anyway,
There was one of them. Villafranca organizes. Villafranca is Michelle Villafranca, and they say the stories are enduring and the lore is enduring.
It is Capricorn. So he's a
Capricorn. Villafranca organizes a Lake Worth Monster Bash at the Nature Center in October to celebrate the monster.
Is it a graveyard smash?
So it's like
it's a monster bash, my man.
A festival. It's not a thing where a bunch of people come together and club to death a weird looking goat.
Yes, this is more of a fundraiser event, I bet, for the Nature Center versus a summoning.
Okay.
All right. Well,
got it.
I think they could do both.
Yeah, I was going to say, porque no los dos.
On the windowsill of her office is an empty bottle of Sierra Nevada Bigfoot Ale. She has a book written about the Lake Worth monster filed on her bookshelf right next to her field guides about local mammals. So I think that sentence means she's an expert.
Sure.
She says, we have alligator sighting report forms. We don't have any Goatman sighting report forms. Well, maybe you should fix that.
Yeah,
Well,
what are you using the alligator ones? Come on.
Yeah, or you could literally just use the alligator
I
ones,
guess you could
scratch
use the
off alligator
ones.
and put Goatman.
Goatman.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
is that she wrote a whole book about it, presumably filled with people's sightings, right?
And
isn't that what
we're probably not giving her the benefit of the doubt. She's probably been lobbying for a Goatman form for decades now.
Oh, right.
Just going up to the city council.
You're right.
Proudly going, ladies and gentlemen of the city, I stand here.
Another two people said they saw maybe something. So this council is comfortable with maybe something running around, that I'll leave.
This is abdication of bureaucratic authority more than anything else.
Yeah.
The original sighting of the Lake Worth monster, which some people do know as the Goatman, happens in the summer of '69. A beautiful summer where I fell in love for the first time.
I got my first real six string.
Nice. Nate, what did you do in '69?
Oh, I banged a flower.
Nice. Hell yeah. The summer of '69 was hot and humid in Tarrant County. Back then, the area near Greer Island wasn't gated off like it is now. Teenagers would go down to the shoreline around the lake to be alone and enjoy some freedom of the summer nights.
Oh boy, you know what they're gonna do down there.
I
Teens,
do.
Freedom, summer nights. They're gonna try chewing tobacco and go on the tilt-a-whirl.
You are so right, my man. On July 9th, 3 couples were doing this thing.
Knew it.
They were parked by a clearing before their fun began. Around midnight, a beast leapt onto their car from the trees above, and the creature tried to grab one of the women, but they sped off before it could take her away. We've had reports about this thing for about 2 months, the police dispatcher told the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, but we've always laughed them off as pranks. Could you imagine having 2 months of reports about a creature grabbing women and they going, it's nothing.
There's no form, dude.
There's no form once again.
But I don't know what you expect the police to do in this situation.
There's no form for it. They can't fill out a form. That's what cops do.
But this time, we had some legitimate evidence, just not some torn clothes and the words of a hysterical woman. But an 18-inch gash in the car's side and a terrified nature of the witnesses led police reports to open a full investigation. It appeared in the newspaper the next day, and the area was immediately caught in monster fever.
Monster fever.
We had old-timey posses running around, gentlemen. I'm talking
Posses.
truckloads of men with guns.
There's a barrel in there. What's in there? Gonna be a monster.
They were truckloads of men apparently were driving all around Greer Island hunting this thing. Spectators came out in droves to try and just catch a glimpse of it. Like, this was the nightly fun, it looks like, and daily
Long
fun
rifles.
for the while.
Sling shots.
Police had trouble keeping the peace. Reporters were swarming in. The Rick Pratt, who was director at the Greer Island Nature Center at the time,
This guy brought a watermelon filled with vodka. That's not part of it, but
it's part of it, my man. Folks came out with wine and whiskey and beer to have a good time and hunt for the creature. Of course they did.
I know what a monster hunt is. God, can you imagine back in the day, the three of us in some small town? Like, there's a lizard man down in the holler. I'll get my booze.
That's what
my gun.
This is what capitalism took from us. Everyone's all like, we used to be able to live free, but like, no, we used to be able to hunt monsters before we lived in this endgame hellhole.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why they started even having drive-through liquor stores.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. This was a direct response.
I don't have time to go in. Can't you just throw me the booze?
Posses.
There's a monster at Greer Island.
Beatrice, at this rate, we're having a monster posse about 3 times a month. You need to put a window in or something, because we don't have time to be bothering around with all of your doodads and silly nonsense when there's a Jaguar man.
Yeah.
So Pratt said, who once again was the director of the Nature Center in '69, here was a Sasquatch of our very own, and it was a party. What the hell? Let's go.
Fuck yes. I love this.
On the night of July 10th.
This is the summer of '69, and they're having a Bigfoot hunting hootenanny, a good old-fashioned snipe hunt.
The whole community.
Sounds like a hell of a time.
Adults and kids, and this director of the center of, I assume they take care of Greer Island,
Yeah.
And sees all these people with booze and is all like, fuck it, I'll bring my barbecue.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have a law enforcement presence, right?
On July 10th, a few dozen people were at the clearing known for dumping near the lake when the monster made another appearance.
While they were fucking partying?
Yes, while the party was going on. It appeared on a cliff, looked angry, and threw a tire 500 feet.
Wow. 500 feet?
More than the length of a football field.
Get the fuck out of here.
One witness said that the monster gave off a pitiful cry like something was hurting it as it ran away in fear. So the scene. There's people partying. They see a monster on the cliff. It's nighttime. They're not sure what they're seeing, but this thing throws a tire 500 feet, then whimpers away.
Yeah. He tore his ACL.
Yeah, I was going to say,
that tire.
Probably hurt himself.
Yeah.
Trying to impress a bunch of partying kids. Craig Woolheater was 9.
My monster wad.
Craig Woolheater was 9 that summer. He was fascinated with monsters, dinosaurs, and UFOs.
He was 38 the next day.
He clipped out the newspaper stories about the Lake Worth monster scare and kept them in a scrapbook. Years later, while driving through Louisiana, he saw something unexplainable. In his headlights, he said he saw the gray body of a huge primate with 2 legs. He became a believer and started what sounds like, by the clippings, he was already a believer. But he became a believer and started the Texas Bigfoot Research Center in 1999. But that is the story, the
Files.
only true sighting that is like credible. Like we had police, there were countless people, like like the what should I say? The Goatman fever
Sure. Goatman fever swept the earth.
swept the earth.
Town.
Wild. With some
Swept the land.
explanations on this.
Now that's what I call Monster Volume 1.
And we do have a photo. Let me go to the fandom for this so we can see it. Check out this guy.
Oh,
A blurry blob of a cryptid if I've ever seen one.
that looks like a sweet vape cloud.
But before vaping was even conceived of.
Hell yeah. This was the first dude who was like blowing those crazy rings and shit, steering them around.
So that's the Alan Plaster photo, October 1969. Let's go into some explanations that I thought were interesting. Then I will pass the skull.
Okay.
The creature hurling a tire could be a man who claimed in 2009 that he was involved with the tire throwing. He claims that he was rolling a tire along with some friends that hit a bump and the tire went in the air, eventually landing close to the bystanders.
That was the first thing that jumped to my mind, was like, you could fake this by rolling a tire down a really fast hill and launching it off of a thing. And honestly, in my mind, I was thinking it would be like, like a guy in a goat suit while his buddy rolls it down the hill behind him and then he pretends to fling it. But I don't even think you would need to do that if people were fucking in the throes of Goatman fever and they were all fucked up on goat water, they're calling it. It's just rumble mints.
It's nighttime.
There's peach preserves in it.
There's Goatman sangria for sure. And then 50 feet becomes 500 feet, Yeah. And then
but I'm not saying that Goatman isn't out there. Goatmen aren't out there. Any Goatman listeners, no shade.
Makes more sense. However,
this is a good old flap is what this is.
However, if it was an accident or something, how come he did not describe hurting his back or whatever, his ACL, after it? There was a whimpering sound. It seemed to be hurt or scared as it then went away.
Well, it was a kid. It was a teen being like, rah, rah.
And his voice cracked. Yeah.
Yeah, as he's like running away.
Okay, fair enough.
Or it's a Goatman.
Or is a Goatman. KDFW, a Fox-owned television station in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, did a lengthy report in November of 1999 about the Lake Worth monster. It interviewed some of those who saw it, such as reporter Jim Mars, and Sally Ann Clark. The report announced that some high school students admitted to the police that they had pranked people by dressing up in a gorilla suit and parading around the lake in 1969.
To be fair, that is something that I and my friends did as teens.
But that's like a chicken and the egg, but without the true dilemma of it. Was that because you knew of Bigfoot?
No, it was just because we had a bunch of costumes and thought it'd be funny to go downtown and fuck around.
I thought you meant the woods, but that's you understand what I'm saying on that one. Like, did they do it because of the sighting or did they cause the sighting?
Right.
Somebody had already mentioned it to the paper or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta do something about
and maybe
this.
They were the tire affair or some other one. An 18-inch gash is crazy on the car. He could have ran into something.
Yeah.
But that was not described in the story written by, I hope, the credible Dallas Morning News.
Sure. I mean,
all right, Mr. Scudder, are you credible?
They're certainly more credible than the Dallas Evening News. Bunch of bad eggs.
Or Dallas After Dark.
Oh,
No,
The-
I like Dallas
The
After
erotic
Dark.
news.
I
don't get me
like Dallas
started.
After Dark, where the man's
not news,
dancing.
Roger.
It's news for me.
It's news for masturbating.
Yes. It's red shoe op-eds.
Was wondering why David Duchovny was introducing everyone. Okay, well, that's my segment. I'm not going to call it anything. It's going to be like one of them trendy rock albums where there is no title. It's just like
that a thing?
a hairy square.
Oh God, I hate that. Jeez.
And Nate, the school is yours.
Okay.
Nate, you ever listen to Harry Square?
I love Harry Square.
Goatman's best album.
I mean, there are legitimately a couple songs about the Goatman.
Oh yeah, for sure. If there's a cryptid, there's somebody's written a song about it.
So I've got a short one and a long one, but the long one I think I can make a grave nugget next week. So
Okay,
short one. It
do
shall
the short
be.
one because I've got another thing I want to talk about. We'll close out on.
Oh, and I did want to mention, it's too long of an actual history to go into, but a bunch of teenagers doing all kinds of wacky shit, and someone starting a party that's very close to the origin of trick-or-treating in haunted houses.
Oh wow. Crazy.
Yeah, it was kids going nuts, and a bunch of concerned parents were like, we got to have something for these fucking kids to do. So they started organizing, like, you know, little spook shows.
Yeah, haunt houses. I'm doing a haunt house.
That's crazy heartwarming, like societal heartwarming. Like we had a vagrant problem, so we gave them something fun to do.
Yeah, well, you should also, if you listen to read any history about trick-or-treating, the shit that these teenagers were doing,
they were like
pretty violent.
Yeah, they were like crippling people and like burning cats alive.
Yeah,
and shit.
I get a lot of old people in my work, and they're always like, "These kids today are so messed up," and I'm like, "Do you know about the Iron Bowl, my man?" Society, although not great, weirdly doing better.
Yeah, that's true. It is weird how humanity works with, like, as we get better, we'll raise a generation of caring, considerate people, and their children are monsters because that's human nature to be like, oh, you're not in any way able to stop me, are you? You can't.
Wow. And as we all know,
and then we're like, well, I'm going to ask you not to do it. It's like, yeah, but you're not going to stop me, are you? And then those people grow up to be assholes, and then they have kids who are a little nice, and then they have kids who are assholes, and back and forth we go.
And of course, empathy ultimately is a slippery slope towards having sex with a goat.
There's nothing wrong with me and Batilda. I was trying to think of a goat name.
Doesn't have a name. She's a goat. There's no such thing as a goat name.
There is too.
Barbara.
Wow, I stand fucking corrected.
I was going to come up with a stupid name. That's like
Holy
a real
shit.
legit goat name.
Yeah, very good.
Anyway, I have an article from...
I mean, sheep's baw, but I'll allow it.
I know. It's a stretch. But it's a spooky puppet.
Beatrice, very good. Cheesebot.
And a spooky puppet? I told you about my triggers.
It's a giant spooky puppet also.
Don't like that.
Was that
Don't
form
like
that you had me fill out just to do segments about my fears?
So yeah, this puppet also, don't worry, ends up in jail. Halloween in May, that was certainly the vibe when a spooky animatronic puppet mysteriously turned up at a Massachusetts police station. prompting the department to jokingly ask if anybody recognized it from their, quote, nightmares.
Oh.
Yeah, I would start that as well.
Yeah, and if you look at, I don't know if you switch to the other view, you can see my background, which does include this puppet.
All right. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
sorry. Yeah, go speak for us.
Luckily, the giant puppet, also known as Bobby Strings, which makes that even more terrifying.
I don't like looking at this.
Is now officially back home. We bailed him out of jail, owner Billy Dalton, 39, tells People magazine. This is also in People magazine.
Good stuff.
Recently, it was end of May. Dalton explains that, yes, the puppet is a Halloween decoration, although not one he personally asked for. Imagine getting gifted this thing. Like,
yeah,
of course someone tried to get rid of it.
I would accept it. One of our friends gave me a what am I trying to say? A cursed Chinese teapot.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'd use it as a doorstop.
Oh, interesting. Now, what? How do you know it's cursed? You ran
was
a
told.
cursometer over it. Oh, they cursed it.
I trust
presumably?
my friends. By the way, guys, if you just tell me anything's cursed, I will believe you.
Well,
That's good
most
to
things
know.
are.
Yeah, that's my belief, truly. Like, most things are cursed, like, sure.
We've had him for 3 years, says the dad. My father buys a couple oversized Halloween decorations per year and just drops them off, forgetting they all have to be stored when they're not being used.
My parents try to do that for me and Kylie, give us like weird holiday stuff. And I'm like, we don't have room for this. We have a small apartment in the city.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
We don't have room for a 6-foot inflatable Grinch drinking the blood of, I don't know.
I was going to go with a
Something
bread
cool.
basket in the shape of a poinsettia.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that Grinch thing. If you can't find a home for it, I'll find a home for it. It's drinking whose blood?
Don't worry about it.
Blood part. As for his dad, William, a 72-year-old retired longshoreman and crane operator, Dalton describes him as a holiday guy. I think he gets a kick out of seeing the twins light up every time he drops off an 8-foot Spirit Halloween box at our house.
I bet 100% that's why he's doing it.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of Spirit Halloween, which is where Bobby Strings was purchased, Dalton says the family practically considers the store a second home during spooky season. We usually spend about 30 days out of the month of October at that store, Dalton says.
That's too much. How much do you make a year?
That's all but the actual day of Halloween.
Because that's a day they observe the great pumpkin god.
Yeah.
Right.
Dalton says, adding that his 7-year-old twin boys and 15-year-old son love the holiday as well. Bobby Strings was originally part of the family's elaborate Halloween display, even though historically he hasn't done much more than just sit there. He broke the first we got him.
Thank fuck.
But we kept him around as decoration. However, this year Dalton finally threw out the puppet on Saturday, May 23rd.
Oh, wow.
But
he didn't like that.
He did not, because Bobby went to the police.
My family threw me out, see?
Somehow the red-headed puppet with an eerie smile ended up at the Stoneham Police Department. If this belongs to you, or if you recognize it from your nightmares, please contact us to arrange pickup, officers wrote in a cheeky social media post, which ended up getting hundreds of comments. Dalton tells people he
Can you imagine throwing something away and being like, oh, fuck, my trash is trending.
Dalton tells people he wasn't even in town when the news broke on May 26th. We were actually on vacation down in the Cape, he recalls. My dad was staying at my house while we were away and said people kept coming by my house and asking if the decoration the police had online was ours. It was wild, and this goes to what you just said. Here's his final quote. It was wild to see it go from the trash to a local celebrity.
Wow. Yeah.
What do you do with it? I mean, we can ask that after. Go on.
Well, when I went from trash to a local celebrity.
No, what I mean, I guess, is you can't get rid of this now. You claim it and you like prop it up so the community can see it and have fun. You build a holiday off of this thing.
Yeah, two bits of gander.
And it seems like they knew it was his. I mean, if people were coming by the house, like, hey, have you seen that post?
Hey, dude, you're the scary puppet guy, right? They got your scary puppet.
People began quickly creating their own fictional backstories for the puppet, something Dalton says became one of the funniest parts of the experience.
Ooh, let's read one of the sexy ones.
Still, he admits there may be something unusual about the animatronic after all.
Oh.
We don't know exactly how it got out of our trash. Maybe it is haunted and didn't want to leave the house. As for the puppet's future, Dalton says he's here to stay now and will be part of this year's Halloween display no matter what.
Nice.
As for anyone still terrified by the puppet, Roger, it's healthy to be scared, Dalton says. Gets the blood flowing.
Yeah, I make no bones about it. I don't truck with puppets, especially when they're well, actually, that's not even true. I love puppets when they're cavorting and such, but when they're sitting there and they're just sitting there, and that seems to be what this one mostly does.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's supposed to act up and make noise or whatever, but
gives me the willies.
Hasn't worked since the first Halloween.
Spoopy.
And I mean, I do think that it's more than likely that once again, teenagers up to no good were like, because this thing was definitely sticking out at the top of a trash can. So you could see this from the street, and somebody was like, we have to go through that at the police station.
I know a lot of kids who would have grabbed that in high school. And one of them was me.
Something weird. How come? I assume the police department has cameras. They didn't catch anything, obviously, or else it would be included.
Yeah, I guess not. I mean, they also maybe just didn't care.
Because as you said, they knew, and it's all like, let's have some fun. Let's post a picture of it and be like, anyone lose this in your nightmares?
And then fucking across town, some like Whistler motherfucker in a compound like slams his laptop and is like, it's back. All right, may I take the speaking skull?
Oh, please do.
I'll take the speaking skull. I'm gonna load one of the eyes with birthday grass and blast it. And I'm just gonna read to you guys. This is a real easy one. I found one of my favorite things in the world is, as you know, just a good old fashioned thread where people are talking about their own ghost stories and such.
Yes, I love them as well.
I managed to fucking navigate away from it, so hang on. We're gonna have to edit around this because I couldn't not update my feed for 30 seconds.
It happens. You got the ADHD.
But my God.
You know who else has the ADHD?
Who?
Hitler.
Oh no.
That's no good.
It's just one more thing you have in common with him.
What happened to him?
I think he went down to Argentina.
It's Argentina, Roger.
It's actually Argentina.
Argentina.
Okay, well,
I got it.
To fill this out real quick, Just so everyone knows, the ISS piss tracker, as of 26 minutes ago, the piss tank on the International Space Station is 61% full.
What the fuck is happening out there?
Well, now I have to leave everything in because we got that gem of a thing. What other trackers are on the space station? Is there a poo one?
Is there a poo tracker?
Or do you not poop in space?
Well, I would imagine some of what's in that 61% full tank.
No, that's the pee tracker. You pee and poop differently.
What?
No, astronauts have one hole.
More of a cloaca. Okay. I want to talk to you guys about, I found an interesting thread. I'm on Threads. I don't know if you guys are on Threads. What's the feeling there? What's the feeling on Threads? Let's open the dialogue. It sucks, right?
I forgot about it.
Everybody kind of forgot about it.
I've never used it, so it's
anyway. I'm on that shit, and I found this one that the Trandalorian posted 4 days ago. Shout out the Trandalorian. Tell me the creepiest or otherworldly thing you've ever witnessed. I don't want a story about a shadow. I want my flabbers gasted.
Nice, good prompt.
So there's some good shit. This is the one at the top. When I was 18, our family dog, Pooch, died. We'd had him since I was 5. I was distraught. He'd always slept in my room, and we had a lovely bond. A few months after he died, I was home from college, sleeping in my bed. All of a sudden, I felt a wet nose nudging me awake. He always woke me up this way. When I opened my eyes, I was alone. I knew it was him checking in on me. Never happened again.
Now, my understanding was that Pooch, after the final episode of Itchy and Scratchy, ascended into space to return to his home planet.
I have to go now. My planet needs me.
I've had that happen. That experience with the dog.
It happens way more frequently than anybody likes to admit, I think.
I think it's heartwarming.
Here's another one.
Those are those ghosts that don't make me flabbergasted, but maybe go, oh, the love.
Yeah. My parents used to have one of those press-in letterboards in their kitchen with the message, heart, 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 today's menu, ha, 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 ha. Shortly after my dad, Earl, passed away, actually literally as he was being cremated, as I understand it, my sister and I were talking on the opposite side of my mom's kitchen about how much we miss him and how hard this was when the signboard fell down off the wall. These were the only letters left on it when we picked it up. My mom hasn't changed it in 3 years.
Okay.
His name was Earl. Heart E.
His name was Earl.
There's another one. This one's kind of sad. Trigger warning. Miscarriages. I had a miscarriage before having my son. When he was 3, we were sitting and chatting in the park about how sometimes we make people sad by accident. Then he said, I was in your tummy before, but I didn't fit, so I had to go back. But I came back. Sorry I made you sad.
Oh.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Oh. This is that real shit to be like, you have ghost stories, and they're nice and mythologized versions of ghosts, but then these are like, oh, that's real.
Yeah. Wild.
Well, yeah, then you have, sorry, I didn't fit in your tummy.
Yeah. What? I wish you would have just sang a nursery rhyme.
Yowza. A friend is a paramedic. Long story short, a woman called 911 saying she fell and needed help. Medics showed up to the woman's apartment. They heard her talking through the door and kept asking her to move away so they could bust the door down and help her. When they got in, she wasn't near the door. After searching the apartment, they found her dead in the bed with rigor mortis set in. Her apartment was several floors high. No explanation for who called 911 or whose voice they heard.
Creepy.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Not creepy, just weird. My husband and I were trying to have a baby for 5 years, and we're really sad for not getting there. One day, I was going by a room in the house. The door was open. I looked in, thought I saw a baby in a crib. Next month, I was pregnant. Fast forward 2 years, I'm in her room playing with her and remember that exact moment. It was the same crib, color on the walls, and the same baby. I saw my daughter.
Well,
What is that effect? Did you enter a time loop
Precognition.
or a time thing like that? Like the adventure. Remember, Nate? The two French lady who go to the Palace of Versailles or something.
They were walking the garden outside Versailles.
Yeah, your door became a portal to the future or something.
Time traveled like 200 years.
Interesting. Here's another one. Woke up in the middle of the night to see my boyfriend popping his head around the doorway like playfully peekaboo style. He kept doing it, and I was wondering why he was being weird, and I was about to say something.
His neck kept getting longer and longer until it was a snake with a head.
I was about to say something when I knocked my elbow against my boyfriend who was actually sleeping beside me in bed, and the thing in the doorway disappeared.
Oh. My hairs, my goose, my bumps of goosening.
Yeah, that bumped the goose. That made the goose.
Oh my.
A bump.
What is that, a mimic creature? What creature is that?
I don't know. She doesn't know. I think it's just something on the periphery of our perception that wants to be seen. Now here's a weird thing that I thought of the other day. I've long had this weird suspicion that ghosts and hauntings and these things people see are not they can't happen without our perception. They can't happen without our mechanism of our mind.
We have to observe it in some way.
Well, and what if you're it's like not subconsciously changing reality?
What if it's not unlike a dream where it's like,
well, I was going to say in relation to this specific story, without the bumping of her arm, usually these sorts of visions are accompanied by sleep paralysis.
That's true. Anyway, let's move on before we get too philosophical about the nature of ghosts. Was working in a 150-year-old distillery building late at night after a film shoot. I was on the top floor and another guy was on the bottom floor. Building was locked up and no one could enter the facility because it was gated. Guy came upstairs and asked what I was laughing about. I wasn't laughing. We went back downstairs and could both hear a woman laughing. We searched the place, never found her. Remember Haunting of Hill House, the show? Spoiler, how she realizes her ghost was her hanging? So when I was little, I used to see this face staring at me from the doorway of my room. It would show just its eyes, move up and down on the wall behind the door frame and poke its head in with its mouth open, but didn't make any noise. So fast forward to me in my mid-20s playing with my baby and playing peekaboo behind the doorway, making him laugh when I remembered my ghost from when I was a kid. Oh, wow. He was the ghost.
Insane.
Weird one.
But now this is what I'm talking about. This is the type of thing where I'm like, what if it's not so unlike a dream? What if it's like, I don't know. It just feels like our minds are capable of so much more than we know. It's like, what if you can project a dream into real life in some way? What if ghosts become the answer to how we figure out psychic powers?
Right. I mean, it doesn't sound unlike deja vu.
Yeah.
Like, I've definitely had stuff where I see something and I'm like, oh, fuck, I dreamed this.
Yeah. Oh, constantly. Yeah. Let's read on. A year after my father passed, I was sitting in my room. I had just gotten a new radio/alarm clock. I was excited because, well, I was only 10. Suddenly, out of nowhere, it starts playing music, Fall to Pieces by Velvet Revolver, a song my dad loved and was played at his funeral. My mom and I tried turning the radio off. It still played. We changed the station. It still played. I've even unplugged it. It still played for a whole minute before shutting off completely. My dad was with me that day.
I hate it.
You hate it. Yeah.
That one's not as heartwarming.
I don't like that it's Velvet Revolver, really.
I don't like how it's forced. Like
it's like, listen to it.
Yeah.
Listen to it. Listen to this part. This part rocks. Velvet Revolver. Incredible.
Yeah, I mean,
do you guys have Blow?
I think it's a better story if after he says we tried to turn the radio off, it just switched to Real Big Fish.
Nice. I don't know too much about either of those bands. If we're being honest, I know one Real Big Fish song, and I've never heard Velvet Revolver.
The album was called Turn the Radio Off.
Okay.
Did Real Big Fish do, hey, Ma and Pa, what the hell is wrong with y'all? That's Fishbone. Never mind.
I feel they did that. Would you ever knock on wood?
No, that was the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones.
Nice. So we have no idea who any of these people are.
If I should, it make me wonder if I'm made of wood. I don't know that song. No, wait. When he got hired in another city, my father moved to the duplex apartment his late mother shared with his mother-in-law. That is both my grandmothers. When I was a kid, we lived in the house next door to them in the same condominium, so we got used to the sounds of the house. This is important for the story. On the weekend back after spending the whole week as my maternal grandmother neighbor, my father suggested my mother to have a serious talk with my grandma. She was way too elderly to be one of four. This one's a reader. Going upstairs to the roof where the laundry and service section of the duplex was. My mother got alarmed, as for all she knew, my grandma had not been up there for several years. My father raised an eyebrow. Something was going upstairs every evening. He knew the sound the metallic stairs made as one would climb, so he got ready to surprise whomever was going up there. Nice. When he got back to the city, he was ready by the back door, the one that was attached precisely to the metallic 2x4. That's 2 of 4. I'm an idiot. To the metallic stairs. As they began to vibrate, his heart rushed, but he waited until the person was right outside the door, and then he opened it. Reader, there was no one there, but the stairs stopped vibrating. Confused, my father looked around looking for anyone. With resignation, he finally shut the door. At that precise moment, he heard again the footsteps climbing up. This time in a rush.
Oh.
The scene repeated itself day after day. Eventually, there were even noises that resembled heavy furniture being moved up there. That's the stage when I personally witnessed the phenomenon. It was creepy. Creepy. It lasted some months, but that was my shortened version for you all.
Jeez. Months of that is insane. I don't know if I could mentally take that.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough stuff right there. Not my story directly, but my mom's, and she has never wavered in her retelling of it. She was in the car with my sister and my sister's friend. She said they were driving at normal speed, but suddenly the car in front of them full stopped, and as she went to swerve around them to avoid a collision, an 18-wheeler was in the other lane coming fast. She braked and braced for impact, and then they were in front of the stopped car. No collision, like the car had been lifted and placed down.
I don't even know what to make of that one. Is that an angel?
Yeah, or as you might know them, the server mods.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. That's I've heard of stuff like that happening before. It's quite literally that like eternal what is it? The eternal soul theory, where like every time you die, you just flip to another
version of you that ain't dead.
Right. Yeah.
So like, have you ever had a dream where you're like certainly gonna die, and then you and you wake up from it?
Only every night.
Only every night. The idea is that was, that's what that was. It was
All
like
right.
that happened.
Oh, there's a
But-
lot of multiverse me's falling down cliff sides.
Yeah.
out
Why'd
of
you keep going to
planes.
those cliff sides?
Yeah,
Is the
that's
real
tough.
question.
That's tough.
Well, it's possible that I'm a mountain biker in almost every other iteration.
Do you do a lot of hurdling in your dreams?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
Or even more so, just running in a direction that I can't control and having to
Yes.
climb over obstacles.
Oh wow, crazy. Yeah. Boy, dreams. We get it. You hate us. Let's do two more, huh? I had a nephew that I helped / raised, loved as if he was my child, who died of cancer when he was 4. His favorite color was yellow. I met my husband after his death, so they had never met. I took my husband to his grave in November one year and talked to my nephew, introducing him to his uncle. When we turned to leave, there was a fresh yellow flower on my husband's shoe. There were no yellow flowers anywhere in the cemetery that we could see, but the one on his shoe. Pretty sweet. And devastating. I was 17 the first time I was sent to the mental hospital. My best friend had just died of an accidental overdose. We'll do 3. How about let's do 3? And I was so distraught. The first night there, I couldn't sleep. The nurse named Angela came to me and prayed with me until I fell asleep. I'll never forget her. She was a black woman with a wrap on her head, and she sat next to me on the bed and had the most calming energy. She held my hand and we prayed. When I woke up the next morning, I went to the nurse's station and asked to talk to her to thank her for protecting me that night. The nurses told me nobody with that name or description worked there. I still get teary-eyed thinking that Issa sent me an angel to get me through the hard time.
Or a woman named Angela broke into a mental institution to sit with patients.
Yeah,
Sure.
do you remember the television show The Pretender? This shit
Vaguely,
happens
yes.
all the time. People pretend to be people and then just do heartwarming things for strangers.
No.
Then they vanish in the night.
So we'll leave on this one. Speaking of heartwarming things, my brother passed away in my parents' house. I was there a few days after in the upstairs bathroom and distinctly heard him say my dog's name in the, quote, pet voice he always used to talk to him. I was the only one in the house with my dog. Never forgot it. Very comforting. Never heard it again.
Aww. I love
There
it.
are other worlds than these, folks. But this is the one we got, so try to make it work. We love you. Thank you for your continued support of Werewolf Radar. I'm going to tap out the socket of the speaking skull and return it to its thanatomagnetic field that suspends it and keeps it alive, or what
Whatever
Monstroko calls
passes
alive.
Yeah.
So that does it for another episode. Until next week, please tell people about the pod. Please rate us good where things can be rated. And happy Jordan's birthday, everybody, for those who celebrate. Go have a nice slice of pizza, if pizza places are even open on Jordan's birthday.
Yeah, it's
I know
hard.
a lot of places like to close to go see the big Jordan parade. Where
Remember when
they burn me in effigy for the time I attempted to blow up Dave and Buster's. They were right. They were right to vilify me, and I was right to take a shot. You know.
I imagine a V for Vendetta situation. You're in the sewers underneath Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
One of the managers catches you.
Yeah. Bring me Dave. Bring me the head. Nothing less than the head of Dave will sate my vengeance. All right, y'all. Until next time, as ever, please join us on our sign off line on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Punch the sky,
Spaceman Joe.